Good morning, everyone. Happy Father's Day. It is Father's Day 2018. And this is Pat. Haven't been on the wavelengths for a while. Been a lot going on in our lives, a lot of challenges and difficulties, but at the same time, a lot of wonderful things. Now, having moved into the realm of being a grandpa, which has been a wonderful experience and a wonderful time. But today I just want to talk about Father's Day for a few minutes and just share some thoughts. And I know last year I wrote something about Father's Day, and I'll be reposting that. Some people really like that, and it's really just the heart of a dad. But in Psalm 68, verse 5, 5 through 6, a father of the fatherless and a judge for the widows is God in this holy habitation. God makes a home for the lonely. He leads out the prisoners into prosperity. Only the rebellious dwell in a parched land. You know, our country, many of the ill effects we're seeing in our society, just this lack of a reality-based mentality, these arguments against what is medically proven to be the norm, what has been historically proven to be the norm, what is historically proven to be the best ways for society. And yet we're out here trying to bump against that, and many of us are trying, there are people who are trying to force us to accept things that are unrealistic and not true. And that is a big thing. And we have a media that's continuing to propagate things that are tearing down the fabric of what made our country great. Thank God, by his sovereignty, there's a president who has some idea of that fabric and is bravely stepping out to preserve it, which is important. But at the same time, we still need fathers. There are many men out there in their 50s and 60s that never truly had a dad. There are young men out there who've had fathers who've tried to guide them the way they want to go, but they've rebelled against it. I've experienced many of those things. Many times I meet men who are just horribly immature. And a dad is so important for our lives. The true family has a mother and a father. And it must have a mother and a father. Children need fathers today. There are many fatherless out there. And God knows. God knows the plight of society. He knows men's hearts. He knows the wickedness that grows. And he is the father of the fatherless and a judge for the widows from his holy habitation. And he makes a home for the lonely, and he leads out the prisoners into prosperity. Only the rebellious dwell in parched land. Only those who reject God dwell in a parched land. This is not a discussion of domineering masculinity and things like that, but this is a discussion of it's Father's Day. So to all you dads out there, those of you who've been dads for many years, those of you who've been fathers just recently, happy Father's Day. And I challenge you today, think about what it truly means to be a dad. Because as a father, when the kids are young and they're learning and they're growing, they're starting to crawl, they're starting to do things, those are wonderful times. But those young people grow up and they get influenced by society. Even though many times you try to control what influences them, and some too much, some not enough. Hey, fathering is not a clear-cut science. It can be challenging, it can be baffling, it can be heart-wrenching, but it's also so incredibly a privilege and an honor to do. And I am honored to have been a dad, to be a father. I'm blessed with a wonderful wife who's given me the opportunity to be a father. And I'm thankful for what God has given us. And I'm even thankful for the difficult times our family is going through. It just seems it keeps hitting us in waves. But I am prayerful that America will return to being a dad. If you've been a dad and maybe you haven't done the best you can as a dad, reach out to your children. Don't be afraid to admit where you've done wrong or where you've gone wrong. And take the risk to be a father. It is a great risk. It can cost you emotionally. It can cost you physically. It can cost you in so many ways. But it's one of those things that the price is worth it. Happy Father's Day, everyone, and may God bless each and every one of the fathers out there today. And may God return fathers, both spiritual, physical, emotional, to the United States of America.